Hi, everybody, and welcome to another Monsters of the Month, care of fan meetups, specifically the Toronto chapter representing Toronto Comic Con and Fan Expo Canada, which Toronto Comic Con's coming up in March. We're eagerly awaiting hearing some announcements on that one, and of course, Fan Expo Canada will happen in August. So I'm one of your hosts, Jeremy Johnston.
I'm your other host, Angelo Corsino.
And we are also joined by.
Hi, I'm Michelle Churchill.
And we're going to go through something a little bit different than, some of our other episodes. But if you remember our Honor Among Thieves episode, you'll remember that I kind of like to do things a little differently. And so I did bring some pre-gens to this one because I wanted to talk about everyone's favorite game of the year in the D&D community, Baldur's Gate 3. So there will not be any real spoilers in this video. So don't worry, you don't have to cover your ears or anything like that. We'll be playing the first, I'd say, big-ish encounter, the first real encounter that you do in the introduction of the game. So if you've seen the opening intro or video for this, nothing about this situation will be much of a surprise. And Angelo was mentioning kind of pre-show that, this game has been out for almost 3 years, with the ability to play this part of the game, like right away. So now, when it's been around that long, I would say that it is not a spoiler anymore.
Okay. I would agree with that.
So as I mentioned, we put together the first encounter, and I put together some pre-gens. By the time you reach this encounter, you will have learned how to move through the game and interact with, different things, pick up things, and you will even have the opportunity to level up to level 2. So I took the D&D Beyond pre-gens. So if you go to D&D Beyond and you go to create a character, you can choose from pre-generated characters, and all of the main characters that are your companions in Baldur's Gate 3 are available as options there. I did make a couple small tweaks to those character sheets only when it came to starting equipment, because as it happens, one of the first companions that you may encounter is Shadowheart. They are a cleric, and for some reason they are wearing a chain shirt. But I chose scale mail instead. Gave them a 1 AC bump. Like, why not, right? And then the other thing was that on Lizelle, who is a fighter, their character sheet from the pre-gen doesn't have any ranged weapons. But your starting equipment as a fighter can easily include that. So I gave them, that sort of thing. So at least, there's an option to do that.
Yeah, in the game, she only comes equipped with a single longsword.
Oh, that's too bad, because I gave you a great sword. Okay, so I made that change too. Come on. I mean, I'm not sure who's going to pick that, or if I've brought 4 options, because there are 4 things, one of which is not really a character that you could play with. In fact, I was talking to Angelo about this 4th.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
And
I played through that beginning encounter at least half a dozen times, if not a couple dozen, and I had no idea.
So we'll talk about it, just to give some people some some insight on the fact that you can play this game a ton of times and find new things every single time you play, and they're really cool things too. Okay, so was there anything else you wanted to do for an intro, Angelo?
No, that pretty much covers it. We're going to be doing just that little first encounter. We're going to be doing it as a 2-person party, like you were saying, which is going to be, if you were to either, there are 2 ways to kind of get this kind of a state. You either start as one of the characters in the intro, or you don't recruit one of them that is available at the very beginning.
Yeah, I think the only one that you're forced to
Is
take with
Lizelle.
you is Lizelle. Yeah, which is funny because I did a playthrough where right after that, when I meet up with them again, I killed them.
No.
Just cause. Well, I was playing the evil
Oh, you
option of
do
the
it. Yeah,
game,
of course. I mean,
dark
you
third.
playing evil? Really?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, but here's a real big Easter egg, non-spoiler for you. But kill Gale and see what happens. Oh, yeah, they're railroading you on that
There's a way.
one. So I murked them right off the bat though,
Mm-hmm.
and after my third long rest, my game was over.
Oh,
It didn't even say why, but I knew why.
oh, okay.
I finished my long rest. It says game over because something happens that warns you
I
that
didn't
something
know
will happen.
that was a thing that happened.
Yeah. So, like I said, this game is great, and so let's jump right in. How's about you share your screen, Angelo, and
Okay.
we can at least get you guys assigned a character, and then we can jump into this encounter and see what it's like. So, because I wanted to make it, a little bit of a surprise, I had the four characters on the GM layer of Roll20, and if you zoom in on there, we can see them. In fact, I think Angelo, you had a really cool feature where I could kind of highlight them and bring them up like
Oh,
almost full
that's
screen.
just Shift Z. Click the
Shift.
token and Shift Z.
All right,
No
thanks.
problem.
All right, let's
See, we
get the
even
right.
teach our fellow hosts sometimes on this show.
All right, so there we go. So there's Asterion, who the voice actor that plays this part has won many awards as best voice actor for video games this year. Yes, you can tell me that I suck in the comments because I don't know their name, but at least I know the name of the people that are here, which is a bonus for me. Okay, so that's our first one there. And then here's my favorite companion for the story reasons. Okay.
And if you know Jeremy and you've played Baldur's Gate 3, the answers are very clear why you
Yeah.
would. And
Yeah.
you would hate
Like
the way I
I
did
was,
the
I was
story
delighted.
specifically.
I was delighted. I was like, oh my god! Like almost every one of my characters does something related to
Yep.
this character's
Yep.
story.
Like
And
nearly
I
all
was
of
just like,
your
now
all of your
everybody's
characters.
gonna know what it is, and like, I wonder if people are gonna think, I'm jumping on the
Yeah,
bandwagon.
your idea just became mainstream.
Yeah, that's kind of sad, but at least she's not a refugee of my favorite,
Nope.
place. That would have been too much. Okay, so that's Shadowheart. Shadowheart is a cleric. I'm not sure if I mentioned that Asterion is a rogue. And then lastly here from the more traditional characters is a Githyanki named Lizelle. They are a fighter. And they have some serious attitude in this game.
I find them very endearing.
Oh yeah. They are true to themselves.
I also
Which,
really like the whole Githyanki Mind Flare kind of conflict, and they did that
yes.
very well in Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes, if you've seen the logo for Baldur's Gate 3, there's literally, the Mind Flayer, kind of with a 3 thing going on as their logo. So yeah, there's definitely Mind Flayers in this game. Okay, now here is something that you can find as kind of like I'm not going to say familiar, but kind of that can join your party if you're nice to it and if you find it. And it'll be with you for the intro, and you might meet up with it again.
Yep.
That's about as much as I'm gonna say. And their name is Us.
Yeah, like I said, and I have played through this intro so many times and did not know that you could get this little guy as a companion.
Yeah. So after the show, after we stop recording, I can jog your memory as to where this.
I know exactly where they are.
Oh, okay, good.
And when
Okay, good.
when I start streaming a playthrough of this game, probably in the new year, I will be
Yeah.
doing that because I haven't yet.
Awesome. Okay, that's exciting. All right. So these are the kind of 4 that I was bringing to the table. I was actually just watching a playthrough on YouTube just to kind of set up the map the way that I had hoped to, and they actually only played with Asterion and Lae'zel. So I'm going to suggest that we do the same.
Okay.
And I will move us to the map.
Did you want to play as Asterion or Lae'zel, Michelle?
Oh, we can rock, paper, scissors. I'm good either way.
Sure. Rollies. Higher roll gets Asterion because he starts with the name.
Alphabetical order. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
That's a 14 for me. Okay, I get to play the
Okay.
character I never use. This is kind of funny.
This would be perfect.
Okay, so this takes place on a nautiloid. As you can see, the map is massive when compared to the nautiloid maps that we have in the Spelljammer books for 5th edition.
Yep.
So to me, I almost feel like the nautiloid that you're on is like a super Star Destroyer. You know, it's like not just a Star Destroyer, it's a suit. So this is like a super nautiloid is what I would say. Because, Larian's giving us a whole bunch of super gifts in this game. And so just again to set the context, within the intro of Baldur's Gate, you find out that there's a nautiloid on the loose going through Baldur's Gate, one of the great cities along the Sword Coast, and it starts snatching people, and so you're one of those people, and you're trying to get off the nautiloid, and you happen upon the bridge, which is what this is a map of. You kind of come in from where the players are starting here on the right side of the screen. And you'll notice that there's already a lot of dead bodies here. I did my best to place them just like they are, in the actual game too.
Yeah.
There is a short cut scene where you see, parts of the battle play out where some of these creatures are dying. So, I'm not going to give away how these creatures are here because that's kind of a fun thing on its own. But there are some demonic or fiendish creatures, I will say, because these are devils. There's some imps here. There's some mind flayers, and there's even a Cambion right there. Thanks for pointing that out. And it looks like they've been having a fight of their own. And as it stands, there is a mind flayer who is asking for your help to try to fight these fiends. So that's what the context of this encounter will be. And they're beyond just, helping them kind of fight off these fiends. They're also asking you if you can get yourself to the furthest on the left. And I will move the map over. Oh, thanks. That's great. Just to the bottom section. Yeah, you guys. Thanks so much, Angela. It's like you've played this before. Thank you. So so you've been asked to run over there to the helm, not to be confused with a Spelljammer helm, but this is some sort of really cool helm where you've been asked to basically connect 2 tentacles and then just kind of pull it almost like a slingshot. And that's how the controls on this nautiloid work, to basically, send it to warp or, to allow it to plane shift or similar.
Make the jump to hyperspace.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Because you want to leave where you are, which is why I suggested plane shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but doesn't matter. Real cool. And if you've played the Baldur's Gate 5th edition adventure, you'll really appreciate this game too. And I mean, I can't go without saying that the Commander Legends Baldur's Gate set of Magic the Gathering cards also features a ton of the creatures and places that you will visit in this game, and all of the companion characters and more are legendary creatures in that Magic the Gathering set. And they have great art for it. It came out actually last year when the game was supposed to come out.
Ooh.
So, yeah. So I did start collecting those cards because I want to put together, a whole bunch of the companions in a frame of all the Magic cards. Anyways, I'm just gushing because this game is just so good.
Yeah, if you haven't played this game and you have the means and ability to do so, i.e. a PlayStation 5, an Xbox One, or like I play it on PC, I can highly recommend this game because this game is fantastic.
For sure. Yeah, if you can wrestle away a friend who has it on Steam in your household that is willing to share their library with you, that's one way you could potentially play it. But like I said, you'd have to convince them not to be playing it because this game is real time suck for sure.
Oh yeah,
People are playing hundreds of hours on this thing. I mean, I just really started playing this game, I guess, in September, coming back to it after the alpha, and already my Steam year in review says this is my second game.
it was my
even more than Vampire Survivors.
it was my most played this year.
Civ 6 is still my most played. All right, let's get into the game. I will pull up the initiative tracker. All right. So, I will mention to you that the Mind Flayer, again, is friendly to you. None of the other creatures in the room are friendly to you. But and if things get hairy, I might let us help you guys. So that's why I have left us on the map, but have hidden Shadowheart for now. All right. So let me just get some stat blocks here, and I will roll initiative for them.
Yep. So yeah, so the story so far is that Lae'zel has said that we have to get to the bridge to get control of this ship in order to get out of here and save ourselves, because of the kind of like main reason in the story is because of the main reasons in the story, you are on this ship, you are trapped, and you need to get out.
Yep. And with the Mind Flayer asking for your help, Lae'zel also mentions, even though they want to kill this person, or I don't know if they're a person. In fact, I don't even know if they have a soul. But they do mention that, you know what, let's help them for now, and we can kill them later. Because that's totally something she would say.
That's somewhat close.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just... There's some imps here that are not dead, just in case you didn't see them.
Yep, there's one. There's a bigger kind of creature. It looks like there's an imp there and an imp there.
Yes, and then I will get this last creature. I noticed when building this map that this creature that you're fighting that's kind of right in the middle in front of you is called a Hell's Boar, which I could not find on D&D Beyond. So I just reskinned a boar. And because I kind of like to do a little bit of the chat while playing, I also noticed that the imps that you play against in this encounter are lesser imps by name.
Yeah.
And they have 2 fewer hit points than normal.
Yep.
But everything does seem to hit pretty normally.
Yeah, so
that
is one kind of little piece of advice that while we're talking about Baldur's Gate 3 and kind of how it kind of correlates with 5th edition, a lot of the abilities and such aren't exactly perfect. A lot of them are very good, but not all of them match up 100%. Like, for example, unless you have a certain feat, you can't shove as a bonus action. It lets you cast 2 level spells in the same turn action bonus action.
Yeah, it does allow for bonus action spells and any other spell afterwards. It also allows potions as a bonus action.
Yep, you can throw potions and heal people. That's one of my favorite features in the game. It's really fun.
Yeah. The weird thing though is that jumping is a bonus action.
Yes.
So beware, if you need to use your bonus action for something else, you cannot also jump on that turn. What else is? Oh, some spells are just not in the game. Some subclasses are just
not
not
everything's
in the
game. And
But if you're familiar with 5th edition, it's pretty easy
fairly,
to know how to play
close.
the game. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Totally. Okay, so this Cambion's going to go first. As you can see, they're kind of going toe to toe with this Mind Flayer. So that is what I'm going to do. They have multi-attack. So they are going to do a couple of these spirit attacks on this guy. Let's see. Oh, man. Yeah, so 20 is definitely going to hit the Mind Flayer. And let's just do some average damage here. Just to... because I can't click on this stuff for whatever reason on Roll20. Wow, that's some gobbledygook there.
Yeah. I was just curious what happened if I clicked on it.
Yeah. No, well, if I click on it, there's nothing to click on. You know, they used to have those pink little buttons for the damage. That's not there.
It's not here where I'm hovering over.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, see?
8 piercing, 6 fire. I see. Yeah. Okay, so while I'm looking at Roll20, so I don't see what you're doing, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
All right, so Mind Flayer. Wow, they don't have a ton of hit points. They actually had more hit points, I noticed, in Baldur's Gate than they do on their monster stat block. So some are higher, some are lower. All right, so they're going to take 8 piercing, and they are going to take 6 fire, for which they have no resistance against. And then the 10 would not hit. I'm just going to go with that as an easy, fast roll. And then one of our imps is going to go. All right, so they are going to move. Let's just double check their fly speed here. It is 40, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you know what? Let's dash. So they'll fly right up to Asterion.
Okay.
And Asterion, it is your turn.
All right, so I found this quite amusing on how I randomize Asterion, because when I was playing through Baldur's Gate, Asterion is one of the party members that I very rarely use because my character had thieves' tools and he's the rogue. So Asterion is going to pull out a rapier and try to stab this imp.
That's great.
It's gonna be an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit. If it doesn't,
9 points of piercing.
You should run. Okay, so 9 points of piercing is definitely going to take them down. They only had 6 hit points. Even on the regular stat block, they would only have 8. So they are down to 0.
All right. Then Asterion is going to run forward 30 feet because our goal is to get the heck out of here by getting to this point. And that'll be end of turn.
Now, did you want, because you're level 2, to move a little bit more with your bonus?
I didn't realize we were. I should have level 17 HP should have been the
that's
the
okay.
Yeah, you're right. We are level 2. He will bonus action dash to get to here.
All right, sounds good. Thank you. You haven't had a lot of time to look at the character sheet, so I figured I'd give you that option. Okay, so the Mind Flayer is going to do what Mind Flayers do. We've talked about Mind Flayers before, and they're going to do their Mind Blast. So I need to do a DC 15 intelligence saving throw for our Cambion. This is a devastating attack because for most people, if you're not a wizard, intelligence is probably not going to be really high. As it happens, Cambions do actually have +5 on intelligence saving throws, but I still rolled double 8s. Wow. Yeah, they'd be nuked. So they're going to be stunned for a minute. Ouch. And they're going to take a whopping 22 psychic damage. All right. So that's what the Mind Flayer did. And then they will turn to you and they will say, in your mind, because, they are speaking psychically, that, you need to, get to the controls, get us out of here. Then the second imp is going to go. Where do you think they're going to go? Right here. Yeah, definitely. Let's do the imp thing. Man, I love imps. And as it happens in this game, if you are a warlock, you can summon an imp and they get their own initiative, they get their own actions and everything. Unlike 5th edition, where you'd have to either take Eldritch Invocation to be able to, kind of control them a little bit more with only using your bonus action. But in this case, they're fully doing their own thing, which is awesome. All right, so I'm going to do my worst. Does 16 hit you?
16 does. The Asterion is just wearing leather armor as a rogue and is AC 14.
All right, so 5 piercing, and it will do 9 poison damage if you fail a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
Okay, let's see if he can stave that off, and he does.
Oh, lucky. So just the 5 damage. Did you want me to apply that, or are you good to do? Oh, perfect. Thank you. All right, so that is the end of their turn.
He does take half on the save, so it'd be
okay.
An additional 4 poison.
Shucks, half as much. Wow, that is pretty potent. Love those imps. All right, so the boar is going to do the boar thing. And it is a hell's boar, actually. And it is going to try to hit Asterion with its tusks. 12 to hit.
It does miss.
Great. That means you're going to survive at least another turn. Okay. Lae'zel.
All right, so Lae'zel, full disclosure, I have not yet played Baldur's Gate, but I am familiar.
That's great.
Who plays D&D. So knowing speed is of the essence, gonna dash 60 feet and do his thing because he seems to have it.
Oh yeah, totally.
All right. So our Cambion is stunned, but they can do their saving throw again at the end of their turn. So that is what I will do for them. They saved, so they are no longer stunned, which should scare everybody on the map. All right. That was the top of the second round. The other imp is dead. So then it is Asterion again.
All right, so Asterion is kind of trying to put his guts back in after being stung by the imp. And he's going to attempt to run through the other imp with his rapier.
Okay. That'll definitely hit.
For 10 piercing.
Wow. Truly a hero. Truly
oh, yeah, totally.
This guy.
To move 10 feet to here, then bonus action, disengage, and run is the rest of his 20 feet this way.
Perfect. Very clever. Those rogues. All right, so the Mind Flayer is going to see if their Mind Blast is recharged. So I'm just going to roll a d6. I rolled a 3, so their Mind Blast does not recharge. So it's going to try to simply hit this creature that's in front of it. So let's see. Well, I don't know if I missed something on this stat block, but this attack can only be done on an incapacitated humanoid. So what? Mind Flayers don't have an...
They have a tentacle grab.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be on this sheet. I'm going to have to pull up...
Weird.
Yeah. I'm going to pull up D&D Beyond for a sec. Mind Flayer. Okay. Much better. Yeah, tentacles. Yeah, for some reason that's not on the Roll20 sheet.
Yeah, weird.
Okay, so it is +7 to hit. So I will roll to hit. 1d20 plus 7. Boo! Garbage. Rolled a nat 1. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, they only have one attack, so that's it for them. All right, that's too bad. All right, then that imp. Oh, you killed the other imp, so both imps are dead. Very good, very good. I will now go to the boar. Now, the boar doing the boar thing is, I don't know. It's gonna charge right at Lizelle. I mean, that just, you look like
Seems right. Just seems right.
Yeah, the nearest thing, right? So it doesn't unfortunately get to charge as a result. I mean, it loves to charge, but I mean, you're so close. Why doesn't it do its thing? Oh, critical
Oh,
hit.
but it's still ouch.
Crit.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Ugh.
9 damage. Wow, that's brutal. But I mean, it's up to you what you'd like to do to it because it's your turn.
It's great because now I have something that I can hit back and get out some of that anger. So we're gonna take out that greatsword and swing at it, and that's a 21 to hit.
Ooh, beauty. All right.
For 6 slashing.
Oh, so close. All right, it's hanging on by a couple threads there. Anything else?
No, I think that will be it for this turn.
All right, so this Cambion, is back online and is going to try to nuke this Mind Flayer. Here it goes. It is. Okay, whoa, those are some real good hits there. Those both hit. So that's... Wow, that's beaucoup damage. Let's put it in there. And, oh yeah, this Mind Flayer is not looking good. Hey, because remember, once the Mind Flayer's dead, this guy's going after you. So, choose your next moves carefully because, this Cambion is a force to be dealt with. Now, much like the game, because this is kind of like the intro area, they could normally, as a Cambion, attack twice as well as do a fire ray. But I'm holding back on the fire ray, just like the game does, because this battle would be over real quick. Okay, so it is also the start of round 3, and you notice that unfortunately, the Cambion has called in some reinforcements, and it looks like they won't be able to engage with you until the beginning of the next turn because they just arrived on the scene. But at this point of the game too, you are told as a player that you have 8 rounds left before you will not be able to escape. So we'll start that round right now. All right, the imps are dead. Asterion, it is your turn.
So, if we were playing the actual game and not a 5th edition encounter, what I would be doing is I would be running to this space. I would be attempting to pickpocket the sword off of the Cambion while he's holding it. Because remember how I said the mechanics don't quite line up.
That's true. But
and then I would take
you have to be
up attack and run away.
You have to be hidden from somebody to be able to pickpocket them. So you would have to succeed. Bonus action stealth.
Yep.
And then the truth is, if you are unseen, there is no opportunity attack.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's what the course of action I would be taking were this the actual game. But instead, Asterion is going to pull a dagger from his belt and chuck it at the boar to try to help out Lae'zel.
Very cool. All right.
Not gonna get there probably with a 9, but he can say he's trying.
Well, it is a boar, and it was close. Beasts generally have low AC, but not high enough, unfortunately.
So then he will move his regular movement, and he will bonus action dash and be like,
Okay,
"Stop messing around, Lizzo."
as you get closer and kind of climb up this little section, you notice that you're not alone.
Mhm.
There's something in the way. We have some more imps and another boar that are waiting in front of these controls, ready to attack. So I'm just going to see if I can. I'm going to delete the old imps that we have. All right. To take them off the initiative order. And I'm going to add the new ones, and we'll see where they land. Here, that guy's way over there. The imp is, this boar is still up. All right, so let's add these guys in. Well, of course, I got rid of the stat block, but it's so easy to pull back up. All right, there we go. So one imp is at 15. Asterion is at 17. I'm going to remember that because I'm going to resort the order and then jump down to that. Ooh, look at those guys. Maybe I'll just drag them below you. And then boar, let's add them. Select. Always got to remember to select them first, right? All right, they are 11. Okay, so that's easy to fit in there. Okay, so you dashed up, and whoa, you are gonna have a tough time.
In trouble. The words you're looking for is in trouble.
Yeah, so they're coming right up to you. They're gonna try to attack you right away because they don't want you to win. Let's see.
Oh yeah, 22 will definitely hit.
That's crazy. Yikes. Oh no, you better.
So even if he does make the poison save, he will go down.
Oh no, this is not good. This is not good. Okay, I think this is when us has to come in and start doing stuff. So let's add us. Us needs to help you guys. Now the interesting thing, although I'm gonna, let it happen anyway, is that the Intellect Devourer actually cannot activate the controls.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, because I tried that.
They only got little feetsies.
Yeah. And they have a cool name. Their name is Us. And they will get to go very soon. Okay, so that's that imp's turn. The other imp, oh yeah, they're gonna dash. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, they're gonna attack the Mind Flayer. Why not, right? All right, boom. Oh man, that poor Mind Flayer. All right, they're gonna take it.
Having a bad day.
Yeah.
Should have made better choices.
Well, I wanted to show too that they really throw some almost impossible encounters at you right in the beginning of this game.
Welcome to level 2. Here's a Cambion and a whole bunch of
Yeah.
imps and a Mind Flayer.
Yeah, just crazy. Okay, let's see if it makes its con save. It doesn't. It's not proficient. It only has +1. Oof! It's taken 13 poison. Ouch. And it does not have any resistances. That is not good for you, this group. All right, us to the rescue. Hiya. Let's see how fast he can go. 40 feet. All right. It's gonna dash.
Us is running.
Yeah, they be running.
It's the littlest brain puppy to the rescue.
Totes. All right, Mind Flare. All right, let's see if we can get the Mind Blast recharged. Come on. Oh, damn. And it only has one attack. My goodness. Let's see. Let's just roll it from D&D Beyond. 18 to hit the Cambion.
It's gonna miss.
Yes, it is. Oh boy, that's brutal. Yeah. Oof. Now, another thing I wanted to mention too is, like why is there an intelligence saving throw for their attack? Well, if the creature is medium or smaller, it's grappled, and it would need a DC 15 intelligence saving throw. Otherwise, it would be stunned until this grapple ends. But there is no grappling in Baldur's Gate 3. Can you believe
Nope.
it? Because believe me, I would be doing a lot of other strategic moves if it was. Okay, so next up is the boar. This is boar number 2. Boar number 2 is really dumb. It thinks that Asterion looks like a meal. It's going to attack. Because why not? It still misses.
Impressive.
It is.
Impressive.
Yep. But, you know, boar number 2 is going to do its thing, and it's going to try to hit Lae'zel. And it crit fails. Wow. Yeah, I'm playing just like the game. All right. Lae'zel, go
All
ahead.
right, Lae'zel has had enough of this, so she is. They're going to move away from the board, taking an op attack. So I'll do that 5 foot, and then I'll move the rest of the way. I might have to move back if I die. So that's 5.
Oh my goodness, 13 to hit. That will not hit.
13 will not hit. So then, yeah. So they're gonna dash this far over here, and that'll be the end of the turn.
All right, and just this is your target area right here.
Yeah, we just gotta go. Just
there.
gotta
All
go
right,
do the
very
thing.
good, very good. Okay, so you know, we've come around a full turn since, you know, we're counting down 8 turns, 7 turns to go. And let's see if you guys can make it. All right, Cambion's gonna do the Cambion thing. Well, let's see here. Gonna miss the second one, but gonna hit on the first. Not a huge hit. 12 damage. All right. Death saving throw, Asterion.
Yep.
Very good.
1 success.
All right. The imps are going to dash over here. That's the end of their turn. The next imp is beside the Mind Flayer already. And we'll try to attack the Mind Flayer because they see that as the biggest threat. Oh, definitely going to hit. Oof. Let's see if our Mind Flayer makes the con save. They do. So they only take half damage. So that'll be 10 damage total. Oof. This Mind Flayer's going down, I think.
He's taking a beating.
Yeah, for sure. I will say, too, that I did give these creatures the same hit points as the game. So, you know, I mean, there was a little bit of fighting before. So I didn't reduce their totals, but all right, us, do your thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's going to take an op attack from that boar. Potentially hit. Ooh, 18's going to hit.
Oh, the boar actually hit something.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
2 damage against us. All right. All right. The Mind Flayer's turn. Man, I'm playing so many things here. This is crazy. Okay, so let's see if its Mind Blast recharges. It does not, man. Oof. Okay, so it's going to do the Tentacle Strike again. It is going to hit this time. All right.
Yay!
Hey, we got him. Maybe. Definitely maybe.
This Cambion still has 89 hit points.
Oh, I know.
But it is grappled and it is stunned. Right?
Yay.
So it must succeed on a DC 15 intelligence saving throw or be stunned until this grapple ends. All right, so boar number 1 didn't really have any success with Asterion. It's going to dash over here towards us. Try to hit us because it did hit it. Taste some of the brain juice. Wants some more. Let's see here. Definitely going to hit for a whopping 3 slashing damage. All right. Boar number 2. It's very upset. It is going to chase after Lae'zel. because it wasn't finished with you. 1,
That's
2,
fair.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it dashes right up to you, but can't attack because it dashed. Lae'zel, it is your turn.
Yeah, Lae'zel is just going to keep running. So, to my understanding, so we need to get there. Do we need the Mind Flayer once we get there, or is it like...
They've just asked
Okay.
you to run up to those controls and just,
this Mind Flayer is not a friend of mine. This is fine.
tentacles together
This is
as
fine.
best that you can. And
We're just going to dash right up to it, taking an op attack from the deer heck picky.
all right, let's see. 10 is not enough to hit. And
All right, so I would get right there.
Next turn, you'll be ready to go
Mhm.
because you'll have your action available. That said, in the video game itself, you don't actually need to have your action available to do this. If you just click on the object and interact with it, it happens. It's weird because in some parts of the game, you do need an action to do things, and in others, you don't. It's quite interesting that way. But I'm going to make you use an action for that because that would just make sense for 5th edition.
Yeah, it makes sense for sure.
Okay, so the Cambion is got to make that intelligence saving throw. Now, the interesting thing is that it doesn't say that it has to be done at the end of their turn. It just says that they have to succeed on the saving throw. Oh, or be stunned. Okay, so let's see if they were stunned for reals. Intelligence save. Oh, they were never stunned. Ouch. Okay, sorry, not sorry. All right, goodbye, Mind Flayer. Ouch. 11, 23. Okay, so 23 will hit for 7 damage there. Oof, this guy's only got 5 hit points left. That is not good. But the other Cambions are going to act on that initiative as well, and they're going to start running in here. Or flying, let's just say, because they can fly. Their flight speed is insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah. 1, 2.
They don't actually use their fly speed in the game, so the game's the game does it for the effect more than to try to kill you.
Correct. So let's just give them 60 feet of movement. All right, so they're coming. Maybe they're lesser Cambions, All right, Asterion. You know what? Let's bring you back into the mix. I'm gonna say that Us gives you throws a potion at you that you had in your own belt or something.
Us is the pickpocketing this time.
Yeah. So if that's what 1d4 plus 4.
2d4 plus 4, but yeah.
2d4
plus 2. Plus 2.
Thank you. Okay, so you heal 5 hit points.
Okay, so
that'll be on Us's turn.
Yeah, so that'd be making another death save right now first,
yes.
Which I would fail.
Oh no. Okay, so those imps are gonna try to take out. Oh yeah.
2 hits.
Yeah, they be dead. Oh man, you guys better do what you got to do. Toot sweet. All right, the Mind Flayer is dead. Where's the boar? The boar's going to try to attack Lae'zel. Keep the heat on.
That'll miss. That'll miss.
Oh, you're lucky.
Very lucky.
The boar is going to go for a Mind Flayer meal. Going to turn the tables and eat its brain. Thank you.
My, how the turns have tabled.
Yes. And Lae'zel, it is now your turn.
All right, so what do I need to do to make this thing do the thing? I got to connect the two jumper cables and do the...
While you're walking up to this helm or this control panel, so to speak, you notice that there are many really cool looking tentacles that are not connected to each other. You've been told, psychically in your mind, so you have a very clear idea how to do this, that you have to connect them both together by kind of like wrapping them together and then pull on them just quick, almost like, firing off a slingshot. And that is how to, activate the plane shift. And while you're doing this, the ship, because you are on an autoloid, is rocking and rolling, so to speak, all over the place. And it does its plane shift or similar feature. And that is where the encounter ends and your adventure in the Forgotten Realms begins in Baldur's Gate 3.
Very cool.
So we can turn off the map for now and just,
Come back to just us.
Yes, come back to just us. Oh, man, like inspiration, bud. That's a good one. So yeah, if you haven't found us,
Like I didn't.
yeah, think about how you might, find them, and there are a lot of difficult choices in Baldur's Gate that you might not normally, have the opportunity to make in the games that you play. Like normally, if you see a Mind Flayer or even an Intellect Devourer, you're going to kill them right away, or they will kill you right away. But there's something going on in this game that story-wise makes a lot of sense why an Intellect Devourer would help you. So I'll leave that and many other great elements of this game for those that would like to try it.
Yeah,
And
I was trying to keep it as like minimalized. Like obviously, like I said, we were saying that encounters was available for 3 years in the beta, plus it's the very first encounter of the game of the year, right? So it's not like it's not like a giant secret, but at the same time, I was still trying to keep some of the things
for
for the
sure,
story kind of tempered.
sure. And it is a great
Especially because
story.
one of our guest host who is here with us hasn't played it.
That's
right. Sorry.
No, it's
I
okay.
haven't yet. Not yet. I'll get there.
Yeah, but I mean, and even if you don't play it, it's certainly maybe even worth watching, some of the playthroughs, or, even if they're kind of fast forwarded playthroughs, because, yeah, there's a lot of really cool storytelling in this game. And I'm kind of curious. I don't know if I've heard that it's canon or not. Have you, Angelo?
Which?
Is Baldur's Gate 3 storyline canon?
I don't know. They never actually. I haven't heard anybody from Wizards or anything say anything along those lines, or anybody who's like one of the story designers. We should ask Jeremy and Chris the next time we see them.
Yes. Maybe we'll see them at GaryCon.
Maybe we'll see them at GaryCon.
Maybe we can ask there, because I think that's a great question to ask. But yeah, we're coming up next year is the 50th anniversary of Dungeons and Dragons. There will be a new core set of books: Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, and Monster's Manual. They were teasing that it might come out in May, but they quickly pulled those dates down. Manufacturing is, and publishing is always very difficult, and it's hard to, meet those timelines. But there's a lot of exciting things happening in D&D, both positive and negative. And I'll leave that at that. But there's also, because we love to talk about Adventures League, there will be a very special Adventures League multi-table interactive adventure, or EPIC, as they like to call it, that will be premiering at GaryCon in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin at the end of March. And it will become available on DM's Guild at some time after that. It's a really cool epic because it actually is based on a stream that I actually got to go to one of the live streams of it that actually happened here in Canada at the Round Table in Guelph. And they had a whole slew of awesome folks, or legends, as they called them, that showed up to play, including Elisa Teague and Ed Greenwood and Keith Baker.
All very, very strong authors within the
and storytellers,
and
for
storytellers
sure.
in the RPG communities, for sure.
Yeah, and Tommy Gofton too, and who I believe is the owner of the Round Table, and has had a couple of successful Kickstarters for a 5th edition supplement, Legends of Mana, I believe it's called.
Not
And
familiar.
okay, and this epic features these people playing those same characters. Ed plays as Elminster, which is cool if you know who that is. And so our hope at some point next year at one of our events, both in person and online, in a hybrid fashion, we'll run said epic. And who knows? Maybe we'll even, run it with one or more of those people if we're lucky.
That'd be very nice if we could have them up here too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe, even at the round table itself, which is a real cool spot if you're close to Guelph, Ontario. It's just off the 401. Just go up Highway 6 into Guelph, and it's a real neat spot. But yeah, we look forward to having a lot more opportunities to play, both online and in person. We have an event coming up next month. I think maybe is this our 5th or 6th annual running of it. It used to be called Dead Winter Day. We ran it as a one-day event, but
Yeah, that would have been since 2018.
yeah, so this is the 6th time we're doing it. It features authors that are running their own adventures. And as it happens, we are getting ready to publish some new Unite the Factions adventures this weekend. We have 3 adventures, and we actually have even one of the authors with us. So we're really excited.
Yeah, they're gonna be good. I've read through 2 of them. I've helped with encounters on 2 of them, and they're both going to be very interesting. And I'm excited to see the 3rd one when I get to.
Yeah, actually, this is the first time we're talking about it. Did you want to mention anything about the one that you wrote, Michelle?
It's great. It's a fun adventure. I worked on it with Jeremy and Angelo, consulted on a lot of it too, which was really exciting for me to get to work with both of you on that. It's fun. It's a tier 1. Can we say it's tier 1? It's tier 1. It's
You can say anything you want.
I can say anything I want. It's great. It's a Spelljammer adventure. So we're going in space. We're going to be exploring lots of new worlds. All the authors got to create these exciting worlds. My world it's not really a world at all. It's just an iceberg pirate hideout, which I'm very excited about because icebergs are amazing and super fun to like play around with. And the villain in it has the best name in the whole wide world. It's Captain Beardy Bearderson, which is the greatest thing in the universe.
I agree, definitely. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to help out with that last encounter. It's gonna be a good one.
It's a really funny encounter. It's not funny. It's great. It's very challenging and very it can be played in a couple different ways. It's very like it can be done in this very like chaotic, exciting way, or it can be done in a more serious, traditional D&D style way. So it's I'm hoping that it'll resonate with a lot of different DM styles and player styles. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Oh, totally. Yeah. So yeah, that was a ton of fun. It almost took the entire year for us to do it.
It was a haul. It was a lot.
Much work.
You guys were going like crazy on them. Yeah. I did very little in comparison to everyone else.
Still a huge help. Couldn't have been done without the whole team effort. But check us out on unitethefactions.com. And we hope to be at Toronto Comic-Con running these adventures. Maybe not with the author, but we will definitely put these adventures out there for people to play. As well as I mentioned, next month, hop on our server. We'll be accepting signups early in the new year for Dead Winter Conclave, where you can play some of these adventures and other adventures that the community authors have brought forth and are sharing their own time to put on, with all the money, 100% of everything going to Sick Kids Hospital Toronto via our Extra Life.
Yep.
So this has been a great year. We hope to do more Monsters of the Months. It's been a great year for even Monsters of the Month. We did one in person at Fan Expo. So
we did. That was cool.
We might do one in person at Toronto Comic-Con.
We'll see.
We don't know. But thanks everybody that's watching this back later. We hope to see you at one of our events in the future. But for now, happy holidays and happy New Year.
Yes, and the Fireball twins are kind of going off on it. We gotta, I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast Fireball.
Yeah, and I think mine says, drinking Fireball solves most of my problems. Casting Fireball solves the rest.
Total coverage.
Yeah. So,
Amazing.
yeah. And Michelle's colors.
I'm just matching in spirit. I'm just Team Fireball in spirit.
Oh, amazing. I love that you mentioned Team Fireball, one of the
Yep.
little Easter eggs on our Discord server. All right. Thanks again, and we'll see you later.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching on YouTube later.